a state-of-the-art building that's an obstacle course for people with disabilities. I'm Nitish Bissonauth, and I'm talking about Ryerson University's new Student Learning Center. Now, this school is known for excelling in many things, but according to one disability advocate, the university and the province aren't making the grade when it comes to being accessible. And here's why. This is the accessibility ramp. As you can see, it zigzags along the top there, and if you're going to use it, there's no railing to hold on to. And then there's this slanted pillar where if you're visually impaired, this could be a problem.
And it's especially shocking that a building with this many accessibility problems actually won an architecture award from the Canadian Architect magazine. It shows first how out of touch our design laws, our building code and our accessibility laws are, that they allow these barriers to happen. And
it's buildings like Ryerson's new Student Learning Center that have David Lepofsky concerned. He's the chair for the Accessibility for Ontarians with Disabilities Act Alliance. And he recently posted a video highlighting the barriers in certain buildings in the city, including this one here. He highlights issues with some of the ramps, the slanted pillars, and the angled railings.
Too often either don't give accessibility a proper priority, or they aren't properly trained on how to make sure that what they design is properly accessible. Having advocated to the province of Ontario on accessibility for years, we keep pointing out that their building code and their accessibility regulations under the Disabilities Act are not good enough. So if designers or organizations think, oh, all I got to do is what's in the building code and I'm fine, or all I got to do is meet those accessibility regulations, I'm fine, they're misled.
We get a lot of complaints and questions about this building and how we can do better, because if you kind of look at the design, it was definitely built more for style and less for accessibility. The ramp is like here, but it wraps around and students sit on all of these steps, so you can't actually use the ramp.
This weekend marks the 19th anniversary for a landmark unanimous provincial resolution calling for strong accessibility laws. But Lepofsky says this video shows Ontario is falling further behind on its goal of becoming accessible by 2025. We reached out to Ryerson University for comment and have yet to hear back from them. The VP of Equity for the Ryerson Students' Union tells City News that the university recently made doors to the Learning Center lighter and easier to open. That's the only change they've noticed so far on campus. But they say there's still lots of work to be done.
Right now we're rolling out an accessibility audit that we'll be doing myself and a few of our board members, and we'll be individually going through every single building and using an accessibility audit that an accessibility justice organization has created to do our own audit of the university. So before we meet with them, we have metrics and actual numbers that we can take to them, so they take us a little bit more seriously.
These hangout steps are at the side of the main lobby.
As for Lepofsky, he thinks it's up to the government to take more responsibility and to stay true to their promises.
This is a serious problem. To her credit, Premier Wynne, in the 2014 election, promised the coalition that I serve, in writing, that public money would never be used to create barriers against people with disabilities. Well, here, millions of public dollars contributed to the building, building this building, and the result are new barriers against people with disabilities.
Now, to be clear, Lepofsky and the AODA aren't targeting Ryerson University. In fact, they've done several videos like this in the past highlighting issues with other buildings across the city. They're just using Ryerson as an example. They want to really see more building codes and better accessibility laws province-wide. They also want to see better training when it comes to design professionals and architects in the first place. In Toronto, I'm Nitish Bissonauth, City News.